Hello. Let's start with Lesson 2.2 Project Time Scheduling, PDCA, Deming Cycle, Act Phase, the 5W and 2H method and HBHTA. In this lesson we'll look at some methodological tools that can help to face everyday challenges and be implemented in the problem-solving methodology such as Project Time Scheduling, PDCA Cycle, 5W and 2H method. Solution Matrix. Project Time Scheduling. While carrying on a project, timing is crucial, so we have to address it at its best. The aim is to be both effective and efficient. Applications like shared calendars and Gantt diagram designers are valuable tools that allow every member of the team to be updated on the next steps and the changes in the timeline while they occur. A well-done timeline allows professionals with different tasks and different working groups to cooperate together at their best. Now let's see how to schedule a project. Determine all the work that has to be done, thus scheduled, including paperwork, reports, accessory task, and propaedutics order. We can present them and their interaction with a network chart. Determine all the involved workers, both internal and external to your company. Ask them for availability and particular needs. Ask each involved team how long they will take to do their job in order to fulfill the Gantt diagram. In this bar chart, we find the activities as rows, the timeline as columns, and a bar stating the duration of each activity. Plan waypoints dates such as the end of the design stage and the start of the building stage. PDCA cycle. The PDCA cycle, also known as the Deming cycle, is an iterative process aimed at the continuous improvement of product, services, and people. Includes solution testing, analyzing the result and improving the process. We can use it whenever we need to start a new project or to improve the design of an already existing process, product or services, or define a repetitive work process. It is important to point out that being a cycle, it could be iterated as many times as needed in order to get to the designed result. As the name suggests, it involves 4 phases. Plan, define the process we would like to improve, establish the goals, and propose how to reach them. Point out the context and the involved stakeholders. Do, execute the plan, collecting information useful for the next step. Check. Analyze the results, comparing them to the initial goals. If they do differ, investigate what could have gone wrong. Act. If the root causes are solved, you have achieved the result. If not, it's time to start the process again, focusing on the new target condition. The PDCA cycle can be compared with the scientific method we are used to. We propose a solution and hypothesis after background research, and then we try to validate it through the experience and collecting the data. Then we try to validate our hypothesis with experiments, collecting and analyzing the data. The 5W and 2H method, 5W and 2H method. It's a simple way to make sure that we look at all the aspects of the given problem we are working on. The 5W are who, what, when, where and why. The 2H are how and how much. Solution Matrix. Speaking of solutions, the solution matrix is an analytical tool we can use to select and choose the right solution. All the solutions will be listed and scored according to some indicators such as the duration of the project, the cost, the impact on everyday duties, the managing effort, and so on. Each indicator will have a weight according to our needs. The total score earned by each solution will help us to decide which one to pick. Hospital-based health technology assessment. Now let's talk about HBHTA, the Hospital-based health technology assessment. It is a decisional tool used to perform a multidisciplinary assessment of the implementation of a new technology asset, and it involves the health problem and the actual use of technology, description and technical characteristics of the new technology, clinical effectiveness, costs and economic evaluation, impact on the workflow and organizational aspects. Ethical analysis. Its aim is to give to the management all the right information in order to make the best choice whether to implement it or not. It involves all the stakeholders of the hospital environment like the department, the clinical engineering, the health management, the operation management, the management control, and in the end the management itself in order to take the right decision. This process starts from the final user, so the department itself. A request for a new technology to implement, the department is asked to give strong clinical evidence on the benefit that the new technology can achieve. The next step is given to the clinical engineering department. They are responsible for the whole life cycle of biomedical equipment, so the acquiring, the maintenance and the disposal. They are responsible to evaluate the technical specification, the requirements of the building or the room, and eventually scout the market for the right machine. The health management will then check for the consequences in the working duties, the safety and ethical concerns about the implementation of the new technology. The operation management will then check for the impact on everyday duties on the workflow, and eventually if new assets are needed, such as new spaces and personnel. The operation management checks for the impact on everyday duties, workflows, and new assets needed such as spaces and personnel. The last evaluation is given by the management control. They will perform an economical evaluation having in mind all the information gathered in the previous step. In the end of the hospitals-based health technology assessment, we have the management. They will collect all the assessment and use it as a decisional tool, whether to implement or not the new technology or machine to buy. Thank you for your attention.